image of Edgar Allan Poe. And although all of these images aren't fully completed, we're still able to close up all of the lines in our mind and see what it is meant to be.
And Allie actually is wearing a shirt that has a nice example of closure. It's the giraffe image shown here.
We should be wearing our shirts, but yeah, I don't know. So the law of symmetry, we've learned this since we were probably like 5 years old. I remember learning this in first grade. So basically, we're perceiving the images as similar. So these two are the same, and if you put this, put it on this, and it'd be the exact same. Same with this. These are two brackets that are same. These, and then this is the same as well. So basically, law of symmetry is we see two objects that are exactly the same, and if you flip them, they go on top of each other.
Yeah, just like a mirror,
Yeah.
just like a butterfly you would see also.
Yeah.
And so then we move into the law of pragnance, which is also called the law of simplicity, which Allie had mentioned a little earlier. And so this actually just means that you simplify all these images into more whole images, and pragnance actually means clarity. And so you actually look at this and see the square, the triangle, and circle, and here you see the 5 rings, like as the Olympic rings. But the difference is that you organize them into those like the smaller images and just the basic images. You don't look at them as being this little triangle here, this half circle, or even these little ovular shapes here. You just clump them all together and you look at them as the most basic units you can.
So next we're going to look at reverse figure ground. So with figure ground, the idea is that a black and white image is used, and depending on how you look at it, you see one thing or the other. So in this first image, when you focus on it, most people see these slices of the circle as being on top of the others. And then if you focus your minds to look at it a different way, you can make it look like these pieces are sitting on top of a larger circle that's made up of this. And then in the second image, you see if you look at the white, it's clear that it's an image of the vase, but then if you focus on the black, there is the image of 2 faces along the sides. In these, the figure is the subject and the ground is the background, but obviously these are interchangeable. And when you're looking at a figure ground image, it's impossible to look at both at the same time. You can only focus on one or the other.
It's okay though if you don't see the images. Sometimes you won't always see like the lines lying on top of each other. It's just, some people can, some don't, and it takes more looking at it.
Oh, so this is just a more modern version of a figure ground image. It says Wolverine, which is, if you look at this as a whole, it's Wolverine, and then the second one says, or 2 Batmen. And if you look at it again, it kind of looks like this is one Batman and this is another Batman having a staring contest with each other. So it's just kind of a fun, more modern example of a really basic principle.
And so this one's a little more difficult to look at. It sometimes can make you a little nauseous to look at if you stare at it too long. But this one is a good way of drawing together most of the principles, depending on what you look at, and it kind of goes alongside with the apparent motion theory before and the waterfall effect, where it looks like it's moving if you look at it, and it works well with like just the lines and how they bend and the colors. You perceive it as moving even though it's a stationary picture. It goes right alongside with the 5 phenomenon for apparent motion, and it's not moving. I know it looks like it, but it's not. And so we just thought this was a fun way to kind of end our presentation. We have the word Gestalt written out, and it's actually showing almost all of the organizing principles of Gestalt psychology within the thing. So we have closure here, we have proximity here where you can see the E is there. continuity, and this was one of the classic examples we showed earlier. We have similarity, and this actually kind of doubles as symmetry as well. And then we have some figure ground here where you see the A, or you can see a tree. So does anyone have any questions?
What? There's no questions with
We just
all
did
of
that
this
great of a job?
people?
Well, we know the monkeys and primates difference now, so I think we learned a lot this time.
So thank you for watching our presentation. Hopefully you could hear us the entire time, and hopefully you were able to see, but we will send along our PowerPoint so that you can look it over, as well as links to all of the videos.
And our sources will send along as well.
Right.
So,
And if you have any questions for us, you can feel free to email us, because we couldn't really have a regular question and answer session.
if not, happy holidays.